Hey guys, so today I'm back with a video all about my summer essentials, and I'm trying not to make this video too much of a crossover with my June favourites and this month's favourites, because obviously, well not obviously, but the weather has been amazing in the UK for the past few weeks, so a lot of my favourites have been like really summery summer essentials that I would normally have as like holiday favourites. Anyway, so I'm trying to like throw a few extra things in there as well to make there not so much crossover between those videos. But today I'm talking about my favourite items for summer that I've been using loads, either just this summer I've discovered them, or that are my kind of essentials in general, especially clothing wise. There are a few things that I just go back to year after year after year. And I'm also going to do a blog post to coincide with this post. It's going to be like my summer edit, like summer dresses and stuff, because a lot of the stuff that I want to, how many times can I say stuff? A lot of the things that I want to mention are old. So instead of like linking them, because they're obviously no longer available, then I will send you guys over to my blog and I'm going to pick out all of like the similar kind of my favourite top picks. Just got a message, I'm going to turn my phone on silent. Professional as always. I'm going to compile like a collection of all my top picks. Anyway, so starting off with the most obvious choice of things for summer, sunscreens. I've got three favourite sunscreens that are like summer essentials this year. There's one face one, which is the Paula's Choice Resist. This is about to run out. It's so good. I've used up the whole thing. It's the Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid. I've spoken about this in a couple of videos, like both skincare routines and favourites, but it's really, really good. It's SPF 50, broad spectrum. It's not oily. It's super light. It's almost like a serum texture, but it's really moisturising as well. So I just use this as my daily moisturiser every day, and I really, really like it. And it's also fragrance free, no added dyes, no animal testing, proven non-irritating, blah, 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 blah. Antioxidants and soothing plant extracts in there as well. So yeah, I've loved using that. So that's like my face SPF that I really like. My body SPF that I've been using, again, I've spoken about this a couple of times, so I'm not going to go on about it. It's the Vichy Ideal Soleil Solar Protective Water. This stuff is amazing, and actually I've spoken to a couple of people about it. They've also used it and they also love it. So I feel like it's one of those things that you're going to love. A lot of people love this. If you've tried it and you don't love it, let me know, because everybody that I've spoken to who has tried it has loved it. It's really lightweight and just absorbs very easily. It's not really oily. It has obviously a slight oil. It's like a biphase texture, so it does have a slight oiliness to it, but it's not like greasy, if that makes sense. And then lastly is a baby SPF that I also use sometimes for myself. I actually asked a dermatologist last time I spoke to a dermatologist for a work thing. I said to her, what would you recommend? She also had 3 children. I was like, what do you use on your kids? What would you recommend for sunscreen? And she said this brand, which is called Think Baby. They also do an adults version, which is called Think Sport, which I think they just have different scents. I think they're pretty much the same formula, but it's basically non-chemical. So it's physical SPF, so it's zinc, SPF 50, water resistance for 80 minutes. It smells really good. It smells like orangey. It smells like fruity and orangey, really nice. And it's not too heavy. So a lot of zinc sunscreens are literally like chalky and they take ages to rub in. This rubs in quite fast. Obviously it is still 20% zinc, so it's not going to be like instant absorption, but it is really good. It's like definitely the best kind of zinc sunscreen that I've used, and there's no kind of chemical nasties in there. So it's formulated without PBA, parabens, phthalates, BPA, oxybenzone, avobenzone, which is the usual like chemical sunscreens, petroleum dioxide or toxic chemicals. There's obviously no aerosol, no animal testing. It says non-oily feel, but it does have like a slight greasiness to it, but this is definitely, in comparison to all the other baby sunscreens, definitely the best. You can get it on Amazon. It's not that easy to find. Also, if you're wondering about my nails, I'm due to have my nails done tomorrow. This is like 2 weeks with gel, and this one's just completely fallen off. Please ignore this. This is so good. So if you have kids or a little baby, I would definitely recommend it. Or if you want a physical sunscreen for yourself, I definitely recommend that as well. I've got a couple of hair favourites. The next one is like an all-time, like, it's like a favourite all the time, not just in summer, but especially so in summer, is the Wet Brush. This is like a limited edition Sugar Skull version. You can tell how much I love mine because all of the patterns like scratched off. It's also got hair in it, like I lose so much hair at the moment, which is a normal thing after you have a baby apparently, but there we go, I just had to clean my brush. These are amazing if you have knotty hair or long hair, or kids actually. I recommended this to my sister a while ago and she now uses it on her kids and they find it better than, like a lot better than the Tangle Teaser. It's just so, it doesn't pull on your hair, especially if you've been swimming all day, if you've been at the beach, you've got really knotty hair. The wet brush is just like the best thing ever. You can take it in the shower with you and use it on wet hair. It's just so good. It's basically just it's got very flexible bristles and just gets through anything. And then the other favourite that I absolutely love, that's just about to run out actually, is the Hair by Sam McKnight Cool Girl Texturizing Spray. And this is kind of like the Orbay texturizing spray, but it has a little bit more hold to it. Like it has a little bit more kind of hairspray element. It's quite expensive, they're about £25, but this has lasted me ages. I've had it for, God, at least 6 months, and it's not like heavy on your hair. It doesn't feel like it's kind of sticky or anything, but it definitely like holds the style really well. Really like this. Would love to try more of the range actually, because they do like a hairspray and a dry shampoo and stuff like that, but this is really good, the texturizing spray. Really like that, and if I wave my hair and want to have like beachy texture, I use that and it works really well. For makeup, one thing that I have mentioned before already actually is the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic Mascara. The best waterproof mascara I've used in a very long time. I only really use waterproof mascara when I'm actually on holiday, or if I am going swimming or doing something involving water, because otherwise I don't really need it. Like my mascara doesn't tend to go anywhere. But this stuff is brilliant if you're looking for a waterproof mascara for your holidays. So good. Another thing that's like a new discovery for me is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, but the coconut version. This is so nice. I really like the formula of it. I feel like I couldn't really talk and do that, otherwise it'd go straight in my mouth. But having the coconut scent is so lovely because it just smells like summer and holidays, and yeah, I really like that. I love these for summertime because not only are you kind of like refreshing and setting your makeup, it's also like feels really nice in the heat. The other thing that I have as a summer essential was also in my monthly favourites this month is the Becca Hydra Mist powder. I think this is a really good choice if you like powder and you want that powdered effect and you want to use powder to set your makeup, but you really want the refreshing kind of feel of using a facial spray, then this is a really good in-between because it literally feels like you've sprayed your face with water. It's very strange. If you didn't see my favourites video, I talked about it in that as well. And then another favourite from Becca that I've been loving the past few weeks is this bronzer. This is a new one. It's called the Sunrise Waves Gradient Sunlit Bronzer. This stuff is amazing. I'm wearing it today. The reason why I love it so much, I feel like it's such a good multi-use product. As you can see from the pan, it's got lots of different colours in there. These two highlighters on either end you can use separately as a highlighter. I've used this as my bronzer, highlighter and eyeshadows today, so I haven't used any other eyeshadow or anything, or any blush or anything on my face. Absolutely love it. It's so good and amazing for if you're going on holiday and you just want to take one compact. You can have it as your eyeshadow and as your highlighter and your bronzer and everything, and it's such a lovely warm colour. They also do a sunset one, which I think is more pink or lighter. I can't remember the exact difference, but there's two of them. There's a sunset and a sunrise. This is the sunrise. Yes. And then a foundation favourite for the past month that I've been using is the Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I think this is probably going to be my monthly favourites as well for July because it's so good. It's basically like the Chanel Vitalume Aqua. I put this in my new in July video as well, and I said how similar I thought they were, and after having used this at kind of length, it definitely is really similar, and I really like it. I am the shade 3. Love it a lot, and it's also got SPF 15 in it as well if you want extra SPF from your foundation. Another thing that was also in my new in July that I think is a total summer essential after using it for a while is the mini multitask brush from the Real Techniques Travel. It's not from a set actually, you buy them individually, they're £6 each. It's basically exactly the same as the full-size brush, but they've just chopped the end off and made it more travel friendly, and I've just been using this for my bronzer. Absolutely love it. Don't know what I'm doing right now, but yeah, these are so good. Such a brilliant idea and really affordable as well. Love that. Then moving on to more like body stuff, and I feel like a lot of this is like actual actually useful, as opposed to like, oh, this is such a glamorous product. This is not a glamorous product. This is the Margaret Dabbs Foot Hygiene Cream. So this is basically a solid oil. You can tell how much of this I've used. It's a solid oil, and it's basically, it smells like not that nice, like it's tea tree oil. It's basically designed to be like a multi-purpose kind of balm for your feet. It's really good for moisturizing your feet. It's like really intense. I actually put it on before bed because I don't want to like walk it all around the house and risk slipping over, because it really is quite slippy. It's really moisturizing. If you get dry feet, it's also antifungal and antibacterial. So if you are kind of wearing closed shoes in the heat and you get sweaty feet, it's really good for that, so your feet don't get smelly. But it's also good if you're wearing sandals and stuff. Obviously your feet get drier in the summer. Well, mine get really dry, especially if I go on a beach holiday or something like that. They're like so dry. It's really good for keeping your feet moisturized, but also if you're wearing like open toe sandals and stuff, it's like, it just keeps your feet nice and clean. Like I said, antifungal, antibacterial, fights off like verrucas, fights off athlete's foot, all that kind of stuff, and just keeps your feet looking nice and moisturized and hygienic. There we go. Foot hygiene cream. Sexy. The other sexy recommendation I've got for you is the Mitchum Ultimate Cream deodorant. I also love the gel version of this. I've spoken about this before. Mitchum is just like the best deodorant ever. It stops you sweating. Would 100% recommend if you've never tried Mitchum before and you're sweating in this heat over the last few weeks. I'd recommend that. And then another thing that is like a long term summer favourite is the Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs. There have been a few competitors for this over the years that have come out, and more recently as well, like leg makeup basically, or body makeup. This is still the best because the staying power is amazing. It does not budge, it doesn't transfer onto my clothes, it doesn't sweat off, it takes a lot of washing off, but that's kind of part and parcel of it being like, you can't sweat it off. It's really good. So if you're going to, I wear this generally at weddings, or like if I'm going to an event like Wimbledon or something like that, where you know it's going to be hot, you're going to be outside, potentially in the sun all day. I wear this. Yes, and it makes you look like you have amazing skin on your legs. Another favourite or essential for me, sunglasses. Obviously sunglasses are essential. My favourites this summer are these ones. Again, I'm pretty sure these were in my, well, these are my May favourites, I think they were. These are my Gucci ones, but I get so many questions about them still. I'll try and find the product code number, I mean there's a few on here, and link them below, but basically they've got the star studs on the side and the Gucci, and then they've got a B on the end, and I bought them when I was in New York. Absolutely love them. I wear them all the time. These are like my summer sunglasses sorted. I basically haven't really been wearing anything else. And then for dresses, I wanted to do a little mention of like my essential dresses. I've got one that is from ASOS a few years ago, but it actually, I think they still make it, or make a very similar one. Excuse the wire hanger, I literally just pulled this out of my wardrobe. This is a beach cover up from ASOS. It's sheer black and it's like panelled, so it has two panels at the front, or three, or it has one middle panel I guess, and then the slits that go up either leg. So if you're standing still it doesn't have any slits, but when you walk it has slits, which makes it easier to walk in for a maxi dress. But it's just such a flattering shape. It's got this really low v-neck. It's sheer, like you wouldn't wear it as a dress. It's definitely like a beach cover up, but it's the most flattering beach cover up I have ever encountered. I think it was about £15, and like I said, I'm pretty sure ASOS still do one, so I'll link it below. I've had this is like the third summer I've had it, and it's my favourite. It's still my favourite. Absolutely love that. And then the other thing that I wear all the time are, I have 3 of these. Now they're All Saints silk shirt dresses. This one is from a couple of years ago. I have a red, like kind of leopard print one that's from before that, and then I have a black one that I bought last year. These are like my staple go-to style of dress in the heat because they're so easy to wear. They're very lightweight. You can roll up the sleeves. They are silk, so you have to be careful washing them. But I'm pretty sure they say dry clean only, but I do actually wash them on a hand wash setting. Yeah, it says dry clean only, but I put them on like a cold hand wash in my washing machine, and I've never had any problems. Like, they still look fine. But they're just so useful. Quite pricey because they are silk, but genuinely they're probably some of the most worn items in my wardrobe, because they're just so easy to wear and so like cool and just easy summer essentials. This is what this video is about, summer essentials. And then the other one that I actually bought this year is this one that I'm wearing now, which is my wrap dress. So this is All Saints as well. But yeah, it's just very easy to wear. It's like a wrap dress version of the same kind of dress. Like, it's a short silk dress. Really, really big fan of that. Like I said before, I'm going to put my like summer edit of these kinds of dresses. I'm going to pop that on my blog for you guys to check out this week if you guys want to go and check it out. You can find some like current options for these, because both, like all of them except the ASOS one, I think they might still do, are old. So yeah, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine if you're in England or anywhere sunny, but it's so unbelievably sunny and I'm just loving it. It makes me so happy. And I will speak to you very soon. Bye guys.